filled champagne flutes. Paul switched his empty glass for a full one and downed half of it in a single gulp. "Whoa there, you're drinking like an 18-year-old girl at O-Week." Noah shook his head, laughing. "I don't want to be holding your hair back later tonight when that all comes back up." Paul opened his mouth to retort, but Des and Gracie were coming their way. He put on his best happy brother face and held his champagne flute up in salute. Gracie launched herself at the two guys, collecting them both in a hug that was impressive for a girl her size. "How are my future brother-in-laws?" she asked. Noah might not have been a flesh-and-blood brother, but the Chapman boys, and now Gracie, treated him as if he were part of the family. "Enjoying the festivities. Paul here has taken a liking to the champagne." Noah smiled innocently as Des rolled his eyes. "Me too." Gracie leaned forward and winked at him, her cheeks flushed. "Too many drinks, not enough dinner," Des said with a frown. "We should get something into your stomach." "Don't be a bore. I haven't drunk like this since university. It's a special night." "Can I get that in writing? So when you're glued to the bed all day tomorrow, I can remind you the hangover is worth it?" She poked her tongue out at him before turning to Paul. "Was he always this straight-laced growing up?"
Yeah," Paul replied.
"Hard to believe it, but he was worse." "Yikes!" Gracie giggled, covering her mouth with one hand. When she wandered off to dance with her sister, Des shook his head.
"The wedding planning has been a little tense."
Noah frowned. "Because of Mrs. Green?" No one ever referred to Gracie's mother as anything but Mrs. Green, although Paul had been led to suspect her name might be Cecilia. Despite sharing her daughter's petite stature and flair for style, she lacked any of the warmth and charisma that Gracie exuded, and had a reputation as being a bit of a dragon.
"Yeah."
Des raked a hand through his dark hair.
"She's driving Gracie bananas, but I can't get involved. She gets worked up if I mention it. Good thing it'll be over in a few weeks."
Paul choked on his drink. "A few weeks?"
"Yeah, we're going to announce it tonight. The wedding is going to be in 6 weeks.
"Is she—" Noah looked around to see if anyone else was in earshot. Des folded his arms across his chest.
"She's not pregnant."
"Not yet," Noah said, waggling his eyebrows. "Why the hurry?" Paul set the champagne flute down. Des looked over his shoulder.
"I don't want this planning phase to go on any longer than it has to. Besides, we're ready to be married."
"It sounds corny, but I don't want to wait any longer." Paul made a gagging motion. "What chick flick did you pull that from?"
"Mock me, oh little brother."
"One day this will be you, and I'll be the first one to remind you of this moment." Des turned to Noah and slapped him on the back. "And when it comes to the wedding, you have to wear a suit. No excuses." Noah had worn black jeans and an open-collared shirt under a leather motorcycle jacket, despite the fact that the invites had said dress code cocktail. "It'll be the first time." Des moved on to talk to Gracie's older sister and left the two men to their drinks. The engagement party was intimate, private, immediate family and the bridal party only. But the wedding would be filled with people Paul didn't want to face. Most of all, his ex-almost fiancé and the guy she'd married, who just so happened to be his cousin. 6 weeks, can you believe it? Noah shook his head. How are we going to plan a buck?